AutoTrader reveals February's hottest used cars as surprise models struggle to sell. What I want this to point out to you is, don't believe any statistics. Don't believe any figures on EVs. Don't believe any registration figures. Don't believe any used sales figures, because they're all lies. Surprise models struggle to sell. Okay, let's have a look at this. This I think is so unbelievably funny. There is only one EV in the top 10. EVs are supposed to be selling faster than ICE cars. If that were actually true, there would be 10 EVs in the top 10. Think about it. EVs are flying off the shelf in 10 days. It's taking ICE cars 30. So, technically, for every one ICE car that sells, they should have sold 3 EVs, shouldn't they? Why isn't there 10 cars? And not only is there not 10 cars, but they can't even fabricate the evidence to make it look like the 10 cars. Everybody in the trade knows that it's a load of shit. Let me go through it and like, I'm not the sharpest tool in the box. I admit it. However, I know this is crap. I can recognise that somebody is trying to make statistics up, and when somebody tries to make statistics up, you can actually cut things out, and you can do it by from 12 months old to 2 years old, or more specific. You can look for a pattern where they've shot up. You concentrate on that pattern. You know, like, I don't know, I've forgotten her name, that Jordan lady. You know, what decade she got married the most in. Then it's honestly, this is ridiculous. I'll read it to you. AutoTrader reveals February's hottest used cars as surprise models struggle to sell. AutoTrader reveals which used cars are being flying off the forecourts in February. Trust me, nothing's been flying off the forecourts in February. Only one EV makes the top 10, despite electric being the fastest selling powertrain overall. So how does it work? Remember the 10 days? Electric cars also dominate. Hang on a second. Electric cars also dominate slowest selling list, with BMW i5 leading the way. So not only is only one car, and wait till you see which model it is. Only one EV makes it. Electric cars also dominate slowest selling list, with BMW i5 leading the way. Jack Williams, February 19th. This month's hottest used cars for dealers have been revealed in new data from AutoTrader, and the results may surprise you. Despite months of data showing that EVs are flying off the forecourts faster than any other powertrain, the latest research found that only one made the list of the fastest selling used models. Meanwhile, 3 of the 5 slowest selling second-hand cars in February have been electric. In news which will do nothing to reassure retailers who are currently uncertain about stocking EVs. You're damn right we're uncertain. Anybody who stocks EVs wants the bumps feeling. The fastest selling models so far this month have been Kia Ceed and Carens, which have taken an average of just 11 days to shift. Okay, right. Kia Ceeds and Carens, just 11 days to shift. But it's not, is it? It's not. As I say, if I had their list, I could make any old shit up, which is basically what they've done. This doesn't compare to the motor trade at all. It just doesn't. Like, for instance, how do they compile this list? Level playing field. If you're going to compare, you need to compare 0 to 1 year old, 1 to 2, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, and so on. But then you've also got to split it down into mileages. Something with 100,000 miles on isn't going to sell as quickly as something with 20,000 miles on or whatever. So these figures mean nothing. It's a waste of time even writing them. It's moronic. Who's it appealing to? Apart from the likes of me who just think, oh, for fuck's sake, AutoTrader, do some work, advertise some fucking cars, and actually sell the cars for the dealers who are paying you to sell the cars and advertise them for them. Do that. Don't make lists up. Don't go to motor shows in China to see EVs. Don't big Chinese EVs up. Don't keep putting adverts in front of me that I don't want to see and wasting people's money. Just do what you're paid to do. Don't shove a leasing deal on my page. When I'm advertising, when I've put in, I want a used EV with 50,000 mile on, up to 25 grand, don't give me a new one. Don't give me a new lease deal because I don't want it. All you're doing is making me have to scroll further. Don't do it. Right. Kia Ceed and Karen's, so this is written here, the fastest selling models so far this month have been Kia Ceed and Karen's, which have taken an average of just, oh, have they really? Okay, well, let's just scroll down. So, Kia Ceed Estate, because there's going to be a lot of those, aren't there? Oh, Kia Ceed Estate Petrol, again. Kia Ceed Estate Petrol, up to 1 year. Now, that's like a bit of a narrow window, isn't it? To be honest. Who says they've sold? How many do they have to sold? Who says that they haven't pre-registered those vehicles? Who's to say that they haven't sold those to the first customer, but said to him, look, hey, Mr. Blogs, have I got a deal for you? If you let me pre-register this vehicle, I could knock you another 500 quid off. What do you think? New sale, used sale. New sale, used sale, up to 12 months old. How many Kia Ceeds have sold? That's what we need to know. We need to know how many, and also we need to know what's the average mileage. Because I'm pretty much certain it'll be about 10 mile. When those vehicles change hands, it'll be about 10 mile. So that's the Kia Ceed. So that number one, red line through it. Number one, red line. Second one, Kia Karen's. MPV diesel, 5 to 10 years old. Why 5 to 10 years old? 11 days. Why, number one, up to 1 year, number two, 5 to 10 year old? Because you're making it up. Looks to me like Kia have been round. Then you go number three, Toyota GT86 Coupe, petrol, 10 to 15 years, 12 days. 10 to 15 year old GT86. Make, Toyota. RST, Toyota. GT86. GT86. There's only 93. To start off with, there's only 93. Let's go to year. So what we want, what was it, 10 to 15 year old? There ain't any 15 year old ones on AutoTrader. 10, 2015, there's 63 in total. We'll search them. First thing you must do, make sure you're on most recent. Search 63 cars. So we'll just go down to the bottom, minus 500. What's that? That's an ad, that's an ad. That one's even an ad, look. Well, that's just a stupid ad. Selling in 11 days, there's one here. It's a private seller. He's asking $16,950 for it. It was first advertised on the 26th of 7, 2024. That's not 11 days, is it? Next one. 3rd of the 9th, 2024. That's been knocked down by £2,300. And it's had, well, Christ, it's been knocked down by 12%. But 15th of the 9th, 2024, it's still higher price. Not 11 days, is it? Next one. See, that's an ad. Ads are a waste of time. Down 2,200. Advertised 4th of the 9th, 2024. So again, we'll go all these. Advertised 7th of the 9th, 5th of the 9th, 20th of the 9th, 7th of the 10th, and down. So Toyota GT86 Coupe petrol, 10 to 15 years old, sells in 12 days. It doesn't. Some might have sold in 12 days. How many have sold in 12 days? Because there's only 63 on AutoTrader, and it looks like well over half of them have been there 6 months more. Cooper, right, number 4, Cooper Leon, hatchback, petrol hybrid, up to 1 year old, 14 days. Anything up to 1 year old that makes, I mean, it's just stupid. Does that not scream to you? Demonstrator, pre-registration, massive discount. Does that not scream to you? Does it? We used to get demonstration bonus. Guess how many demos we used to sell? And that's going back into the 80s. Guess how many demos we used to have for a small family business? A lot more than we needed. Sometimes we even had to have the agreement, because in the old days, they'd want to see your demos. You'd have to have a book. Who have you lent it out to? How many miles did it do? When did they have it from? And at the end of it, in order to get your demonstration bonus, you had to give the book to your zone manager, and he had to sign it off. You had to actually prove what you were doing. Not these days, because they can't sell them. So anything up to 1 year, scrap that. That's crap. So far we're on number 4. They're all rubbish. Number 5, this will make you laugh. Jaguar I-PACE, SUV electric, up to 1 year old, 14 days. Right, so let's just have a look. Up to 1 year old, 14 days. Let's go to, oh look, Jaguar I-PACE, here we go, Jaguar. This is just 2025. This is just what's been advertised in this last month that have been pre-registered to the start of the year. Electric, Jaguar, mileage, here we go. Just arrived, advertised today, 41,350. Nearly new, 2025, 74 plate, 20 miles on, 41,350. Now I've done several reports on these, just basically taking the piss, because Jaguar doing this, they deserve to go bankrupt. I like Jaguar I-PACE, I've had a couple of them. They deserve to go bankrupt. Dropping all these on the market at this time, there was 300 odd the other day, but they're selling. They're for nothing. If you can get one at half price, again, it's a no-brainer against, say, an ICE vehicle that you're going to have to pay another 30 grand for. It's a no-brainer. You're basically getting that for nothing. But here, look, they haven't even taken pictures. Just arrived, just arrived, just arrived. What do you think those do? What do you think those do to the people that have still got a 2024 one? Or a private person who'd bought that in 2024, or a leasing company who leased hundreds of them out in 2024 and paid more money? What do you think it's going to do to their residuals? What do you think it's going to do to the values of when their vehicles come back off lease? What do you think it's going to do to people who actually bought one of these on PCP, and then when they come to 3 years, the car's worth about, I don't know, it might be 20 grand less than the guaranteed future value? The leasing company is going to get it back. They're going to get it stuck right up them. Thank you very much, Jaguar. Thanks very much. So we'll just check 2024s. 2024, there's 135 2024s. Let's just check the mileages. 2. So there's 75 with less than 100 miles on. And those 75, they won't have 100 miles on. Well, let's do the exercise. So we'll search 75 cars. And then I'll just go up here to mileage. Not the mileage from 100, because you can only do it there, to 25. There's 67. So there's 67 from 2024, advertised 19th to the 12th there. I'm pretty sure if we go into that, vehicle registered 17th to the 12th, 2024. So they pre-registered them in December as well. Then they cocked everybody up. Look at that. Change. £2,500. We'll just make sure that we're not on, oops, Make sure we're not on relevance, we're on most recent search. And then we'll go down to the bottom. There you go. Down 2,500, that's probably the same one, is it? You may also like advert, advert. No, I don't want advert. You may also like advert. So let me see. On the bottom of this page, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are adverts. The last 5 are adverts. We get to the nitty gritty. Down 2,240, down 7,000, down 4,700, down 4,250, down 4,750, down 2,5, down 2,5. I bet those, yeah, you may also like an ad. Same thing, next to each other. Same car. Another ad. 3 on the same line, adverts. Jaguar I-PACE, down 4,250, down 4,250, down 4,250, down 4,750. Those are all at Sytner's. Oh, these are all at Sytner's as well. Down 4,750, down 4,250, down 4,250. You could go somewhere else, and with the money they've knocked off there, you could go and buy yourself a new I-PACE. That's what happens when you pre-register vehicles. Can you understand that? Sorry, that sounded condescending. I didn't mean that to you people who've got an ICE car. That was to the EV shills. Can you understand that? Can you understand what pre-registering EVs, knocking a load of money off them, does to the used car market? Can you understand it? No, you can't, because you're all thick. You're all thick and you're all paid liars. I'm honestly, I'm up to here with them now. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. They just come out with absolute garbage, absolute shite. Just unbelievable. And down 2,500, down. So all these, that's basically it. So we'll go back to the story. Jaguar I-PACE, up to 1 year old, 14 days, they're half price. They're not fast sellers, they're buying customers. How many have they sold? They're not actual vehicles, they're new cars, they're new car sales. They're not used car sales, they shouldn't be on this page. They're new car sales. They've been registered, that was a new car sale, and now they're selling them with delivery mileage on at half price. And here, AutoTrader. Who does this at AutoTrader? Who makes up lists like this? What, have they got a young lad? Have they got AI? Who have they got doing it? Because it's nobody who knows about the motor trade, because you just wouldn't do it. Mercedes-Benz A-Class, hatchback, petrol hybrid, 1 to 3 year old, 14 days. Why 1 to 3 year old? Why up to 1 year? Why 5 to 10 years old? Why 10 to 15 years old? Why don't they do it in the same class? If you're going to do something, you've got to have a level playing field. 14 days, rubbish, absolute rubbish. Take you longer than that to get it clean. I tell you, honestly, you take one in part exchange or you get it from the auction, whatever you do, it takes you 3 or 4 days to get it, then valeted, then photographed, then advertised. These are absolute garbage. Citroen C4 Cactus, hatchback, petrol, 3 to 5 years old, 14 days. MG3 hatchback, petrol up to 1 year, 15 days. Vauxhall Corsa hatchback, petrol up to 1 year, 15 days. Renault Megane estate, diesel, 3 to 5 years old, 15 days. Renault Megane, let's just have a look at Renault Meganes. And it's estate, I mean that, let's have a look. Renault Megane. Search, and then we'll go, where's it say, what body type? Estate, there's 113, there's only 113 estates. Just go back and check, was it 3 to 5 years old? I think it was 3 to 5 years old. So what have we got? 2021, not really, so we'll say 2019 to 2021, just to be on the safe side. 2019 to 2021. So there's 42 on AutoTrader. 42. These are selling in 14 days. So how many of these do you think have sold in 14 days? Knock the relevant search off again. Go to the bottom. Well, that's an advert, that's an advert. First two's adverts. Here we go. Oh, that's an advert. So all those are just rubbish. You can throw them away. Oh, look at this. Renault Megane estate, petrol, advertised first 8th of the 9th, 2023. 2023, 2024. Next one. Advertised 7th of the 3rd, 2024. Nearly a year. It's not 14 days, is it? Just absolute garbage. Just garbage. Why don't these people... Why, car dealer, James... James has stopped answering my questions now or responding. He's fed up with me. Why don't you ask questions? You call car dealer. Why don't you ask questions? Why don't you say, what's the sample? How do you get these figures? How up to 1 year old, it's not really a used car, is it? How many people buy a car? How many proper people buy a car and sell it within 12 months? So where are these cars coming from? Well, we might have registered a few. Yeah, but did you register them and then put them in the showroom? Or did, say, for instance, you say, I can give you a little bit more for your Part X, or I can knock you a bit more off if you let me register it as a demo? You did, didn't you? I know you did. You know you did. Do you know the only people who don't know you did? AutoTrader and car dealer. Me and you, we're dealers, you know. Oh, hang on. For example, cars aged between 10 to 15 years are currently lingering on forecourts longer than any other segment of the used car market, taking around 39 days, which is 1 day slower than in January 38. No. Toyota GT86 Coupe petrol, 10 to 15, it only took 12 days. So that's wrong, isn't it? Elsewhere, despite only having one model in the top 10, EVs do remain the fastest selling powertrain on 29 days, just ahead of petrol 30 days. Well, no, they don't, do they? They don't. Because, you see, there's only 2.5%. Last year, there was all the used car sales, out of 7 million car sales, used EVs sold 2.5% because there's only a few of them. Granted, they're going up. So that is garbage. That's garbage. Now I love this guy, Richard Walker. If he does an interview, if he doesn't get nuanced in at least 20 times, he's failed. Responding to the findings, Richard Walker, Data and Insight Director at AutoTrader, said, the speed in which used cars are selling is a good barometer of the underlying health of the used car market. And as we fast approach the end of the first quarter of 2025, it's clear the seasonal slowdown is being left in the rearview mirror. It's not, Richard. I tell you what, you leave your cosy job at AutoTrader, sat behind your desk in your air-conditioned office, go and sit in a showroom for a bit. Let's see what's left in the rear view, should we? The Seed has been a staple of our fastest selling used car lists over the last few years, and it's not a surprise, is it not? Why, Richard? Why is it not a surprise? Enlighten me. It offers great styling and family practicality, and of course Kia's industry-leading 7-year warranty. So I think we know, from that paragraph now, I think we know why Kias are at number 1. What do you think? Why would you think? Why would you think that paragraph's in there? Why would you think that paragraph is in there from AutoTrader's Data and Insight Director? Why do you think he's put that about the seeds? It's not finished there. Car buyers are still attracted by great value and peace of mind. And the fact, it's still on about the seed. The fact that the seed exceeded the current national average by around 2 weeks really highlights just how popular it is amongst car buyers. Richard, let me go through the data with you. If you've got nothing to hide, let me go through the data. Let me do it with you. Let me have a look at your data and see what my findings are about the best and slowest sellers. February slowest sellers. BMW i5 Saloon Electric, 1 to 3 years old. 152 days. Electric cars. BMW. I don't like BMWs. I make no secret of it. 432 cars. i5s, 432. So let's have a look at years. 1 to 3 years old. Only goes up to 2023. 1 to 3 year old. Bit strange, isn't it? 2023 to 2025. There's only 295. We'll search them. Look at that. Down 23,296. Advertised 23rd of the 9th, 2023. Again, let's just make sure we're on. Now it's gone back to relevance again, you see. Well, fancy that, eh? All the same colour. Look at that. Just look at that. By the way, I know, Baz, I know you've searched for a BMW i5 electric 2023 to 2025. But have a look at this. Have a look at this. You may also like a BMW iX1. Oh, I might also like a lease deal on an i5, a brand new one. Okay. Or an ad. Experience look. I might like an Audi Q8. No, BMW iX1 again. Let me just go down to the bottom. I mean, it's a shit show at the top of the page. So what the bottom is going to be like, I just don't know. There we go. I might also like an estate car. But that's the other thing, you see. Why don't they separate the estate cars? Why all of a sudden have they gone for a Kia Ceed estate car, petrol, but BMW i5s include everything? Down 11 grand, down 38,000, down 45,000. Oh my word. Oh, down, been advertised since October 2023. I can't look at these anymore. Down 35 grand, down 32 grand, down 29 grand, down 28.5, down 41,684, 11,700, 11,500, 19,995, 28,496, 20,800, 20,700, sorry, 27,000. 25,880, 21,000, 27,000. Get me off this page quick, I'm feeling fucking sick. BMW i5 Saloon Electric, 1 to 3 years old, 152 days. Porsche 911 convertible, petrol. This is bringing on a migraine. February slowest selling used cars, Porsche 911. I could fill that with 10 EVs, 10 lots of EVs easily. Porsche 911 convertible, petrol, 10 to 15 years old, 135 days, or 131.5 days. Audi Q8 e-tron. Let's just have a look at Porsche 911. 10 to 15 years old convertibles, Porsche 911. 911. We'll do away with that. 911. Body type. body type, convertible, 590, search 590 cars. Now we've put the year in, 10 to 15 years old. So 10 years old, 2015, yeah. Supposed to be fair, it should be 2014 to 2009. There's 90 cars, search 90 cars. Most recent search. I mean, how can you compare that? How can all of a sudden you pull that up when you're measuring new to 12-month-old as well? Means nothing, does it? It just means nothing. A 10. How can you compare a 10 to 15-year-old Porsche convertible to a Kia Ceed estate? Unless you're cherry picking when you're trying not to show all 3 to 5-year-old petrols, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 top selling vehicles, and all EVs, slowest sellers. Porsche Cayman Coupe, 98 days. Hyundai Tucson SUV petrol plug-in hybrid, up to 1 year. They can't even pre-register and sell them. Poor old Hyundai there. They can't even bribe people to sell them. Hey, Mr. Customer, look, I'll give you a free sunroof. I'll give you a free warranty. I'll extend a free servicing. SuperGuard, collision waiver. I'll get the leather done. I'll get the leather treated. I'll low rate finance. I'll give you £1,000 more on your car. They can't even do that because nobody wants. Toyota Prius hatchback. You laugh at this as well. You will really laugh at this. Toyota Prius hatchback, petrol hybrid, 10 to 15 years old, 97 days. Jaguar F-Type convertible, 5 to 10 years old, 95 days. What about 0 to 12-year-old F-Types? What about 2 to 3-year-old? What about 5-year-old ones that absolutely flew off our forecourt? Beautiful cars, look fantastic, stunning, drive fantastic, sound fantastic. Volkswagen Beetle hatchback, diesel, 10 to 15 years old, 93 days. Volkswagen hatchback diesel, so let's just, we'll knock that off. Knock convertibles off. We'll leave that and then we'll go to Volkswagen Beetle 51. Again, was it convertible? Volkswagen Beetle hatchback diesel. So we'll just go with that. We'll go with hatchback, any. 151 cars. I mean, again, how can you compare that to a Porsche 911 convertible? How can you compare it to a Kia Ceed? How can you possibly get that in 10th place? And also, how can you not possibly get the Ford Fiesta, the best-selling car in the UK last year? How can Ford Fiesta not be number one? Because I'm pretty sure that if you gave me those statistics, I would find that Ford Fiesta is number one. This is a joke. But what I want this to point out to you is, don't believe any statistics. Don't believe any figures on EVs. Don't believe any registration figures. Don't believe any used sales figures, because they're all lies. They are all, the only thing you can believe is me, that what you're reading is not true. It's not accurate. It's not a level playing field. It's unbelievable. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.